Porsche's 911 may be a definitive car teacher's pet. You need race-wheel drive? Beyond any doubt thing. All-wheel drive? Correct. Minimal more power? Parts more? Gracious no doubt. Parcels progressively and afterwards still a tad bit more? You betcha. Perhaps you need an entire transportation holder brimming with control yet not a single turbos to be found? We can do that. Or, on the other hand, it doesn't mind control. What about a car? Obviously. Convertible? Yeah. Insane convoluted best that sort of just adds up to a colossal sunroof? Obviously. Those varieties may befuddle the issue, however each of them is an alternate interpretation of perfection. Take the 911 GTS Cabriolet tried here. It's not by any means out of line to see the GTS as an intricate alternative bundle, but one made out of a few sections that are generally inaccessible on the consistent Carrera S. It begins with the body of the all-wheel drive 911 Carrera 4, which is 1.7 inches more extensive than the back drive shell. At that point hurl in the pass-down suspension and silk dark 20-inch focus bolt wheels from the Turbo S. The last are more extensive than the Carrera S's by a half-inch both front, 9.0 inches, and back, 12.0. Presently fit greater turbos drawing an additional 2.1 pounds per square inch into the admission, 18.1, contrasted and 16.0 on the Carrera S and 13.1 on the base Carrera, netting 450 pull at 6,500 revolutions per minute and 405 pounds-to-foot of torque from 2,150 to 5,000. Make it uproarious with the sport fumes, and hurl in a sport chrono bundle, which incorporates a clever stopwatch on the dash and dynamic motor mounts that solidify under forceful heading to better control the powertrain's mass. At that point dress everything up with dark trim, badging, and deplete finishers, in addition to dim-tinted taillight focal points. It's at any rate $20,000 in additional items contrasted in the Carrera S and expenses not exactly $16,000 more, $132,350 to the Carrera S Cabrio's $116,750. The present 911s are the conclusive protection of the idea of cantilevering the motor out finished the back pivot, and no place is that more genuine than in the GTS. There's not even a whiff of the shrewd proclivities that earn the design its terrible notoriety. Truth be told, present-day 911s are stable to the point that the auto applies within raised brake to help handover, and the case tried here likewise has the discretionary, $2,090, raise wheel guiding framework. Turning all the more rapidly was never something anyone needed a 911 to do as of not long ago. Drive like a nitwit, regardless you can wind up in a fast turning around move, yet approach the auto with deference. No compelling reason to go too far into fear, and the GTS will influence you to overlook each negative word you've ever found out about 911 taking care of. With only 37.1% of its weight over the nose, its 245/35 ZR20 front tires yank the GTS into turns, and you can incline toward the other more generally divided 305/30 ZR20 elastic in back to control out hard without unintended oversteer. There are such a significant number of varieties of the 911 that it's difficult to see their achievements as remarkable, yet 1.05 grams on the skid pad in an auto that rides easily is correctly that. A 3.6-second rush to 60 miles per hour isn't excessively ratty, either. Now that it's turbocharged, the 911 GTS makes as much power as the capital T turbo did scarcely over 10 years back. In any case, no non-GT2 turbo has been raised drive since the 964 finished creation in 1994. The turbos do quiet the 3.0-liter level 6 to some degree, however with the best, or simply the windows, down, there's quite recently enough shriek to add a little fervor to the soundtrack. Also, it's difficult to contend with the extra 80 pounds-to-foot that the turbochargers contribute contrasted in the past, normally suctioned GTS. That is a knock of an entire 25%. That the motor in this illustration is matched with a manual transmission made it much sweeter. Porsche's 7-speed is one of the finest gearboxes we've ever had the delight of blending, with luxurious activity and a dynamic, impeccably weighted grasp pedal. With such huge numbers of minor departure from the subject, you may believe that Porsche hasn't yet idealized the 911 equation. However, you would not be right. It's simply tweaking the recipe to culminate it for an extensive variety of purchasers. All things considered, that and to make ginormous heaps of money. Two awful exclusive, the Carrera and Carrera 4 Roadsters begin at under $100,000 these days. This GTS Cabriolet begins at $132,350. The back hub guiding and several miscellaneous items knock it up to $136,690. That is crawling outrageously near GT3 region, $144,650, yet with a more supple ride and the choice to drop the best. The GTS is a more adaptable case of the breed. Sort of like the 911 itself is to sports autos.